Hi again, welcome back. A few weeks ago, I posted that anybody could ask questions that I would answer in video format, which I'm going to do today. The focus is going to be on the questions pertaining to home life and interiors. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first question is on book and magazine inspiration on design and cooking. And so I will start with magazines. Of course, I really love Magnolia, which I think has shown up in some of my videos. And I also really love a magazine called Malou. It's my favorite designer named Pamela Pierce. And she started this magazine after Veranda magazine ended. So this has been around, I think, 8 or 9 years. I love Malou. Pamela Pierce has a very kind of pared down traditional style that she's my favorite designer. And then of course, I love Veranda magazine, and they've compiled a lot of their home interiors in big, beautiful book form. And there are several of these Veranda books that I absolutely love for inspiration. And then Victoria magazine has also printed beautiful, beautiful books. A lot of them are from their magazines as well, kind of compiled, so they're very rich with beautiful, beautiful photos and text that are highly inspirational. In case you've ever wondered what is in this cupboard, a lot of different things. But at the very bottom are my cookbooks, which are the things that I rely on the most in the kitchen and for all my cooking. And I love, obviously, Ina Garten, and some Williams Sonoma has some wonderful books. And just an assortment, I love Ottolenghi. He's my new favorite, Yotam Ottolenghi. But these are my cookbooks. But as far as like tip-top favorites would be Ina Garten, Barefoot Contessa. Such great questions, by the way. The next question is, how do you incorporate your heart into your home for those you love? And I think of all the times that I have been comforted, and that so that then we can comfort others. I would say comfort, cozy is definitely considering those that I love, that they can be here. We have big, cozy furniture. Nothing in the house is too precious that can't be used for what it's meant for. The feet can go up on the tables. And for instance, the great room here, I could have spread the furniture out a lot farther, but I love to crowd the furniture into a social space where you're just close enough to create connection and warmth, and sometimes the more crowded, the better. The next question is, how did you follow your heart in spite of popular trends or trends? And it's easy to follow the trend because then you think you're making people happy, or you're doing what you're supposed to do. But a big shift happened for me when I really started listening to my heart and what I love, and the colors and the design that I love to surround myself with. And I hardly look at popular trends. I have always been very much inspired by movies. There are a few movies that I could just absolutely live into. One of them is Pride and Prejudice, and Sense and Sensibility, and A Good Year. I could move into that French chateau. But the stories are great, but oh my gosh, I'm so inspired by cinema and set design, as well as costume design. So that is definitely what I look to, that gets me excited. And then I can replicate those to the best of my ability. I've also traveled a lot. Well, I've traveled enough to say that Marie Antoinette's tiny little castle off of Versailles called the Petit Trianon really, I kind of just downloaded a lot of what I saw there and experienced, as well as a wonderful little castle in Copenhagen called the Rosenborg Castle, and it's just fairy tale. So I would say listen to your heart and listen to what you love. Just pay attention to that as well as what you don't care for, because there are certain colors and things that I know I really don't like, and I don't care what the trend tells me. It's just not my thing. Next question is, how did you choose a style that fits your personality? And I think it's just a matter of, I'm 59 years old, so I've had a lot of time to figure out what my personality is, and it's changed through the years. So there are times when I was younger and I had young kids and I wanted more color and more lively environment that fit our home and our family personality. And now I want things more pared down as far as color. I am just much more at peace with what I call middle tones or neutral, natural colors around me. I'm not much of a gray person. So I think sometimes when it gets into the grays, it's not as happy to me as some of the warmer tones like the wheat tones and the beigey tones. So it's what makes you feel really good when you're in certain colors. And again, it's about paying attention. Clutter makes me crazy, and more so all the time. So everything kind of has a place, but I do like to be surrounded by enough things that also feel warm and inviting. So it's just a matter of really paying attention to our personalities and what we like and what we don't like. Next question is, what would you call your style? Which I think is a really great question, because words have a power that we can kind of live into. And Tommy was already kind of modern rustic, and then I was more traditional with a rustic bent, I guess. And I also have a lot of, I would say, European sensibilities or things that I really love. So when you think about Euro-Rustic, it incorporates iron and wood, earthenware, baskets, something that England and France, Italy, they all have the pottery or the chinoiserie, so the blue and white. So I would say we'll just call it Euro-Rustic. The next question is on resources, and Tommy and I have purchased several pieces of furniture together, and our top of the list would be RH Restoration Hardware. This sideboard is from their St. James collection, and their furniture is very heavy and durable. They offer really wonderful white glove delivery service. They've always been very careful with our house, which is a big deal. And this library table and the chest of drawers, bookcase, and always great customer service. They always want to make sure you're very satisfied. And then the next company I would say would be Pottery Barn. They've been great for bed linens and some of our bedroom drapes and our outdoor furniture. Most of the wicker outdoor furniture is from Pottery Barn, and it holds up so well. And then I would say third would be Paragold for like Pakistani carpets, rugs, as well as occasional pieces. Again, a great company and wonderful customer service, and they have really you can kind of deep dive with them. They have really great pieces of furniture from all kinds of furniture manufacturers. So the French room here, this is RH as well. It's the St. James collection. And again, heavy, durable, as well as you can kind of just do whatever design. It can kind of withstand any kind of design that you're interested in. I'm also kind of excited because we just reframed some antique paintings here in the French room, which I just kind of a little aside. The next question was on creating cohesion throughout an entire space, an entire home or apartment, as far as color and mood. And I just loved that question because it was my biggest challenge with this house was how to create a flow. And here I have wallpaper samples, and I'll show you how they all mix and match with one another. So this is a Spanish room, the powder room, the library, this room, the French room, laundry, and the master bedroom. These papers, I would say they all share something called like a middle tone or a beigey wheat color. So that really was the most primary color that I had on my mind when creating our color theme through the house. Most of these have a background color that matches the existing wall color. So it created flow, which I think was really important, so that each room you didn't walk into and it would just kind of come at you. And it just looks like it's kind of meant to be. As far as mood is concerned, I think it's good to have a theme or an idea that really resonates with you. I wanted our rooms to be very romantic. I added femininity to Tommy's house because it was very linear and masculine. So I thought it was a good juxtaposition. But any kind of theme that gets you excited, I would say would be your mood. Pick a word or two, and then everything that you do can be ordered from that. And then there's always a primary color, and then you have secondary or supporting colors. There's always a little bit of blue in every room, other than maybe this room, but, and always kind of a little bit of a sagey green. And then we also have a very light terracotta as supporting colors. So the other thing too is the wood tones that we have, or the iron. We always have kind of a dark ebony, bronzy color, and then kind of a wheat, lighter middle tone color, and then also kind of a coppery color in our wood tones. And we're always mixing and matching those three colors of wood throughout the entire house, or iron. Next question is, who are your favorite YouTube channels for inspiration? And I would say presently, I love this family. Their channel's called Raising Voyagers, and they moved to Italy, and they're redoing a stone house that they're going to eventually live in. And it's just my all-time, it's what I really look forward to watching. For years, the only other YouTube channel that I've really stuck with is Jennifer L. Scott. I found her, she wrote a wonderful book called Lessons from Madame Chic. I just think it's a darling book. She's darling, and her channel is called The Daily Connoisseur. And she's a writer, and one of the things that she really inspires me is she's a very, very organized and really good with time management. So I would say that's a strong suit of hers, and she has family of 4 kids. Anyway, and then lastly, I would say Anna Bay. I think she's a kick, and I haven't watched her for quite some time, but she's also been someone that I'll kind of swing around to. A few others, I'll bring those up in my next video of Q&A, but that I've really used YouTube mostly for how-to and how to fix anything. Plant care, gardening. YouTube is amazing for the how-tos. Last but not least, what is your favorite hosting memory? And I would say all holidays are way up there with the family, just so meaningful. But the one that really stands out to me was a few years ago. It was Christmas. Tommy's kids came in from out of state with my kids. We got together and we had a great night. It was epic, and it was just so much fun to have our families be together. And I had prepared the food way in advance. We had wonderful drinks, and oh my gosh, it was just one of those nights. So that is definitely my favorite hosting memory. So that does it for the Q&A video on home life and interior. Next will be on a more personal note, answering those more personal questions. And I really enjoyed your questions today, and I'm so appreciative of you and look forward to doing the next video. So we will see you again next time.